my ways this morning. So before I go in these streets, I sit and I pray. Father, please show me I'm gonna be just fine. Give me peace and some open eyes. You see them trying. Them people working overtime, trying to take a smile. The devil's trying to tell me lies, but I know this in my whole life. Mission is to keep on stepping in the your direction, cause today's not promised and tomorrow not given. Every day I wake up, I'm counting my blessings. Yo! What's up? What's up? This morning. So before I go in these streets, I sit and I pray. I see another morning. I know I wrong, but I swear you forgive all my ways each morning. So before I go in these streets, I sit and I pray that you will sharpen my vision, learn from my decisions, and show me who the realest round me. I ain't been assured by religion. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Thank you for tuning in. Everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing good because I'm doing swell. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. We got to do some humping today. How's everybody doing? Okay. So today I have another interesting subject. And today's subject is, what does fake it till you make it mean to you? Okay? And the reason why I want to talk about this subject today, I hope you guys can hear me fine, because I've been having a little connection issue and it's not like it's even a bad day or anything out here. But I was having some issues. Hi! What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Okay. All right. So like I was saying, today's topic is fake it till we make it. Are people understanding that phrase? Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up that phrase today and talk a little bit about it is because this is something that a lot of us do. A lot of us fake certain things till we make it. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. But are people actually understanding what fake it till you make it means? Thank you so much, beautiful. No, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I have a thing with this phrase. And the reason why I have a thing with it and I wanted to talk about it is because I wanted to set some things clear for certain people. I mean, to each his own. Regardless, don't forget, it's my podcast. This is my opinion. These are my advice. So everyone has a different mindset. Everyone thinks different about it. But I wanted to talk about it because I see a lot of people don't have that right. Me, for example, I'm going to start off. I always start off talking a little bit about me because really that's what it's about for me. It's not that it's about me, but it's about paying it forward. So usually the topics that I talk about or try to share with you guys are because it's something that I'm living or I've lived or I've done. And then I'm paying it forward because I think some of us do it the wrong way. Okay? Faking it till you make it is a thing. It is a thing. I don't know how many of you guys have an experience trying to apply for a job. When you guys are trying to apply for a job, a lot of people, sometimes they're asking for certain expectations. And what do? Maybe you don't know how to use Microsoft, okay? You're applying for a receptionist job, let's put it that way. And maybe you don't know how to use the Microsoft Word, but everything else in the job you know how to do. So when you actually apply and they say, do you know how to use Microsoft? Because you know how to do everything else, you say, yes, of course I do. And then that's what I call the white lies. That's what I would say is faking it till you make it, because realistically, you already know the description of the job. So you already know that. And maybe there's a thing or two that you don't have so much knowledge in. But why are you going to close your doors and say no when it's possibly something that you could even pick up right before you start. So you go to an interview, they give you the job, and you say, well, okay, you start on this day. Maybe you went home, you did some research, and you were like, okay, Microsoft is not that hard. I could catch up to it, so it's fine. That's a way of faking it till you make it. That's something that I've done all my life. Being honest, I hated school. School was not for me. It wasn't. And I actually think it still isn't. If they tell me that I have to go back to school for 8 or 9 hours and do English, math, science, social studies all over again, I would be like, hell no. That's just me. It was never really my thing. Excuse me, I have my children. One of them likes school, the other one doesn't. So then I'm like, well, maybe you took after me in that one. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it doesn't mean that we don't have to get our education. We do have to get our education. We have to learn the basics. Life is going to teach you the rest. Now, continuing on faking it till you make it. This is the thing for me. A lot of us are taking that phrase to another level. But that other level is not actually a good level. It's not a level that it's going to tell you, okay, people are going to like you like that because, okay, you're faking it till you make it. No. I'm going to tell you this. I have a lot of people around me. I know a lot of people. And I know people that actually can't even be themselves. Okay, they can't be themselves because they're living on acceptance. They're living on what other people want to see. They're living on what other people want to hear. So this is what they're doing. And that is where it's wrong. You see what I'm saying? For example, I give a lot of motivation. I talk a lot to people. I converse a lot. I give advice. But nevertheless, I also read a lot. I read a lot. I listen to other people's problems. I listen to the way other people resolve things, certain issues. Even, a lot of us are influenced by a lot of artists because obviously they're somewhere. And if they're making it, well, okay, I want to kind of do what you did so that I can make it there too. Now you're just an influence. So you're an influence and we're growing together. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it's not cool the moment you try to copy everything. You see, an imitation is one thing. When you're imitating, you're not exactly copying. You're imitating. You're doing something similar, not exactly the same. If you're going to copy, you're doing it the same. If I was to copy what someone else was doing because they're successful, I'm not going to be successful. The reason being is because I'm not being me. That person, it worked out for that person, and that person became successful only because they maybe had something in them and they did what they did, but it worked out for them. Now, can you learn from that? Can you guide yourself from that? Sarabi, do you mind, honey? Thank you. So, as I was saying, a lot of people, they see other people and they say, okay, I want to do what they're doing. I want to whatever, but you can't copy what they're doing. Imitating is one thing, is what I'm saying. But copying 100%, now you're not being authentic. You are not being you. You're just trying to copy someone else to see if you make it. You're not going to make it the same way because everyone has their own gift. So, with that being said, there's a lot of people that I know that are going through this. And they're actually trying to do or follow somebody else's exact footsteps. Or maybe they're not even following. Maybe it's a fact. Maybe it comes from a deep root. Maybe it's from your family. Maybe your family is used to everybody being like this. But this is something that I always say. You see, we have hands, right? In the hands, we have 5 fingers. Let's say this is the family. These are the siblings. But if you notice, ain't none of them the same. Not one of them look alike. They're not the same. But they are fingers, meaning they are related. They fall in the same hand. They're family. So maybe you come from a family where, let's say to give an example, let's say you're about 4 brothers or 4 sisters or brothers and sisters, whatever it is. Out of those 4, there's one in every family. There's one in every family. I would say I'm the one in my family. I'm the outcast in my family, or I'm the black sheep of my family, or I'm the one that, okay, why if we're telling you it got to be like this, why aren't you doing it like that? This is because I'm authentic, because I do what I believe in. Because yes, you can tell me something, you can teach me something, you can guide me. But now it's up to me if I want to do it exactly how you did it or not. You see what I'm saying? So, the reason why I'm saying this is because I came across a few people that for me it's pretty sad. Maybe their family, let's say everyone's an attorney in the family, everyone's a real estate agent, a doctor, everyone has a different title, right? And maybe you're a hippie. Maybe you're all about peace and love. Maybe you came out nothing like your family. But because we're living on acceptance, because we're living on how other people see us, then we decide that, okay, this is how the family is, so I need to be like this too. Now you live your whole life faking an image that does not belong to you. Now, the only people that you're actually real to are maybe your friends, the people you see outside of your family or outside of that group that sees you in a certain way. And then I come to think, why is this person so fake? When I say fake, I don't mean with me. The problem is that I got to meet the person that you really are versus the person that I see that you are with your family. And I'm here like, oh, okay. That comes into faking it till you make it. Because, oh no, I'm not going to say no. This person is successful. The person that I'm talking about, well, there's many I know this way. But many of these people, they're successful. Yes, they're possibly doing what their family said they should do, what their family said was right for them, and they are. But deep down, they're not feeling good about it because that's not who they are. Because they're doing it because I'm here trying to impress you. I'm trying to make it somewhere. So, but in the long run, is it really worth it? Are you really happy? This is the reason why I talk about, are people understanding the phrase, faking it till you make it? I'll put another scenario. Another scenario is, okay, you and your partner, you guys are living together, but you're struggling. Okay. So now your partner has a job. Okay. Now it's your turn to get a job. You're going to go ahead and you're going to look for a job. When you go hunting for a job, they give you the job. Mind you, I'm putting you scenarios of things that have happened either to me or to people around me or things that I have seen. The reason why I love sharing things like this is because we can all learn from somebody else's experience. We can all learn from somebody's failure. We can all learn from somebody's bad decision making. Or we could all learn exactly from this, from seeing someone trying to fake it till they make it. But what is the outcome to that? So there was a situation where there was a couple that were together. They were, okay, we're going to get a job. We have children. We have to do what we have to do. It's only normal, you know? Okay, so now he has a job. Now she's looking for a job. When she goes out to find a job, on the same day she gets three offers. She went to three different interviews. They loved her in all three. She kept her options open. Okay, so it's very important for us to always keep our options open. Don't always go for the first thing that comes to you. You know, I mean, I'm not saying to turn it down, but if you are interviewing, for example, and you have three interviews in one day and you have them spaced out in a good amount of time, let's say the first job, you did like it. Okay, but they told you, we want you, but you have two other interviews. Be real, be honest. And you tell them, okay, thank you very much. I love what I came here to do. I love whatever, however you want to phrase it. But then you continue to search for what you want. Now, for example, in this case, they offered her about three different salaries. Okay, of course, she went to all three jobs. All three of them wanted her, and she went to all three. The first two that she went to, they offered the highest salary, okay? But guess what? The last one she went to had the least salary, and it was actually the one a little further away from home as well. So it's the least salary, and let's say it's a tad bit more gas. Okay, I get that. But guess what? The job that she fell in love with was that third one. She loved the way that the people treated her. She loved what it was that she was going to do. Why? Because she was sure of what she was going to do. The other two jobs, what they were asking her for, it's not that she couldn't do it. She could have put herself to the test and to the challenge and said, okay, because she knew majority of what they were asking for. But she was a little unsure of, like I said earlier, maybe it's a front desk position and she knows how to do everything, but she doesn't know how to do QuickBooks, let's say. Or maybe they want her to be the front desk, but they also want her to do payroll, and she doesn't know how to do that part. Should you fake it till you make it? They spoke to you, they told you, hey, you know what? This is what we want, but we like you so much that we're willing to give you a little training and then we'll go from there. Yes, because she have done that, of course. So when she comes back home, she talks to her partner, tells her partner, so I went to all three. The first two were closer to home, paying more. But the last one, it's a little further, not much of a difference, but it is a little further, and it pays a couple dollars less. A couple is two, so a couple dollars less. Now, this is the debate. The debate is that her significant other tells her, okay, honestly, right now we have three kids. I'm busting my ass, so I'm working hard, but you know how it is. We live in our home, we have our children, we need to make more money. So even if you don't know what to do in these other two jobs or whatever, which one is paying you the highest? The one that's paying you the highest is the one that you have to take. You should get that one because it's what's convenient for you. This is what the significant other tells her. It's convenient for you. So you should take that job. And hello, don't you know about faking it till you make it? Okay, if they told you they'll train you here and there, and she says, well, yes, I understand. But the problem is that I feel sure and secure with the last one. I know how to do everything we spoke of. Not only that, excuse me. Okay, it's time for some water. Okay, excuse me. So she says, I know what I'm doing in this last job. Not just that, it was the way that they treated me. I was in there and the vibe was different. The energy that the place had was amazing. I felt like it's a place where I can grow. Not only that, they told me, in a matter of 6 months, we'll start giving you a raise, and whatever it is that you need, please let us know. So she felt really comfortable in that last job where they were paying only nothing but $2 less than the other one that she was offered as well. Now, her significant other did not agree with the decision that she was making because he stated that she needed to fake it till she made it. And he was arguing with her about that. Like, hello, you're wrong. The more money, the better it's going to be. The whatever. Yes. The more money, the more things you'll resolve. But you guys haven't heard that sometimes more money is more problems? I mean, we always have to take that into consideration because me, for example, I'm the type that I don't do everything for the biggest amount of money. For sure. I definitely do it depending on how I feel about it. Do I have to fake certain things till I make it? Yes. But this is the reason why I'm talking about this right now, because to me, I'm like, are people understanding how it is that you're supposed to do this? Okay. The time comes about, she has to make a decision. And at this point, I'm a life coach. I'm a little bit of everything because at some points I become a therapist, a psychologist, a doctor. I mean, it happens that way, but I love helping people. So I get a call. What should I do? Which is one of the reasons why I'm making this video now, this podcast now, actually, because I love paying everything forward and not to expose whatever it is that I do with my clients or when they call me for an advice. I'm not exposing them as it is, but I'm exposing what's happening because I feel that it's something that we can all learn from. We can all pick up from this. So the issue now is, well, my man is mad at me because he's telling me that I should get the higher paying jobs. I should get the higher paying jobs because, okay, it's going to be more money. It is also closer, so a little less gas that we're going to have to spend. And I say, okay, but how do you feel about that? I didn't feel bad. I did like it. But the problem is that it's the way I felt with the last job. And then it's giving me room for growth. I feel like I can, actually grow with them. And I was like, okay, but what about these other jobs? You don't feel like you can grow? I do, but I feel a little unsure. Bingo. That's your cue right there. Honey, if you feel unsure of what you're doing, then don't do it. Because if you're gonna do it, you want to do it right. Now, there's a difference between being scared to do something. Because that's another thing that happens. A lot of times we want to make a certain decision and we want to do something. We want to just put our hands on something and then we kind of hesitate. We hold ourselves back, kind of like, wait a minute. I really don't know if I should do it or not because, oh my God, what if it goes wrong? What if whatever? So this is not you being unsure. This is you being scared. This is the fear that we all get of trying something new and stepping out of our comfort zone. That's normal for that to happen. So I usually tell you, if you need to make a decision on something and you feel a little scared, a little intimidated, you feel that fear creeping up on you, then that's the moment you say, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Because usually what that is, that's not a red flag. That's like a white flag, like saying, listen, surrender to this and try it. Try it. Do it, because once you overstep that fear or that scare that you have, it takes you to a different, it's you just become a person of a different level. But it happens deep within. Not that anyone is going to see you any different. No, what I'm talking about is that it starts happening to you as you do it. The moment you tried something that's outside of your comfort zone, the moment you tried something that scares you and you do it, you're going to realize that you did it. And you were like, I was so scared and I did it. How the hell did I do that? And it starts making you believe now that you're invincible, which is how we should all see ourselves. Like we're invincible. Like we're that person that can do whatever it takes. Some of us walk the world saying, I'm the best. And if I play a game, I play every game and I win at every game. And if I do this, or if they get me, if I get an interview in that job, they're gonna get me for that job. Who wouldn't want me in their job? So that's just manifestation. That's just what you're supposed to say. For some people, they'll be like, oh, he's so arrogant. Oh, he's so whatever. Oh, he's so, it depends. It could become a little annoying if you're just that type of person that you're just bragging about yourself all the time. Oh, like, I'm the best. I'm so cute. I'm this. Look at me. Look at what I have. I have all of this. Whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being that person that's just sure of themselves. I'll tell you a story really quick. I was doing an extra. I'm as you guys know, I love acting. So Tyler Perry, I'm here. I always shout you out because I know we're gonna meet pretty soon and we're gonna do great things. Anywho, so I'm in my acting. Oh no, I wasn't in the acting class. I was in an actual soap opera. So I was filming una telenovela, but as an extra. So I'm just walking. But when we're done, first things first, we're doing a scene at a prison where I'm just in the background, but they tell us, okay, extras, what you guys are going to do, you're going to sit down with a prisoner. For example, they looked at me, they said, you're going to be visiting your husband or whatnot. I'm in the back. We're doing extra. We probably even come out blurry, but y'all should have seen me giving the best. No, you should have seen me with the jailbird that was there, that acting like he was acting like he was in jail, with the uniform and everything, and I'm there, like, with the sad face, holding his hands, like, he even looked at me weird, like, and I'm here like, hey, I take my job serious. But I took it so serious that the moment they said, okay, cut, you guys are done. The moment I walked out, the man who is now my acting coach, my professor, he sees me. Not only do you have to carry yourself well all the time? You should always look good, and it's not about how expensive your clothes is or if it's Versace, Gucci, or what purse you have. No, it's a matter of looking expensive. Majority of my clothes, well, I do have a designer that does a lot of my clothes for me. But besides the designer, majority of my clothes that I have on my own comes from Amazon. Majority of it. And when people see me out there, they're like, oh my God, you look like $1 million. That's because you always have to dress to impress, which is what I do. The moment I step out, the guy comes to me and asks me, which is my professor once again. But at the time, he was the guy. I don't know who it is. He comes, excuse me, ma'am. And I'm like, yes. He's like, do you act? Like, are you an are you an actress? And I'm like, yes, of course. No, I'm an actress. And then he's like, really? So you're already taking acting lessons? And I was like, I'm an actress. And then he was like, okay, but really, this is how I approached him. I quickly told him, without knowing that he was an acting coach, I was like, of course, I'm an actress. Yes, I'm an actress. That's also a way of faking it till you make it. But you see, there's a difference. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because there's a difference. You can fake it till you make it. And when we say faking it till you make it is, for example, maybe there's a little something, okay, I'm an aspiring actor. Like I actress. I am going to be something way bigger than what I am right now. Because yes, right now I am whatever I am, but I believe I'm something big. I believe I was meant to be in this world for very good purposes. I have to leave a hella legacy, and I want to be remembered like Michael Jackson, like Elvis Presley. I mean, I want to be that person. I want to be remembered like Celia Cruz, Azúcar. I want to be that person. So because I want to be that person, if they ask me, are you an actress? Well, of course I am. Yes. I aspire to be that. That's what I want. That's my dream. So I'm going to say, yes, I am that. Yes, this is who I am. Why am I saying it? It's called affirmation. So you're affirming that you are what you are not yet because you're only calling it to you. You're making it just get a little closer. That's exactly what happened. In a matter of 4 months, my acting coach was like, wow, he's very stunned with me and my sister. Besides anyone else in the class, everyone in the class is great. But the problem with me is that I want it so bad that I've just been able to grasp everything left and right. In a matter of 4 months, my diction has changed. The way that I speak, my English hasn't been that bad. And when I'm sure you guys can tell I have an accent. I'm a Latina. But my English was way worse as well. Like worse, the pronunciations of certain words, it was amazingly horrible. But practice makes perfect. I've been now influencing and motivating for about 3 years, since 2019. 19, 20, 22. Oh, it's about to be 4 years. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, it's 4 years. It's not about to be on March. It's been 4 years that I've been my own boss, that I've just been doing what I want to do. But in that, as I'm going through this, there's still a thing or two that I have had to fake till I make, because it's part of the process. I just want you guys to know that you can't fake too much, because then you get sidetracked. You won't really conquer everything it is that you want to conquer, because you're not being genuine, because you're not being yourself, because you're being a fake. And then what that can cause in the long run is that you can possibly lose your job that you so much faked till you got. You can possibly lose your family. You can possibly lose your friends. You can possibly lose everything you have around you. And the reason why this can possibly potentially happen is because you don't have the right concept of what faking it to make it is. Faking it doesn't mean you have to not be you. No, we're just white lying. Let's say it like that. We're white lying about a certain something because it is what it is. In this world and in this life we live, honesty sometimes doesn't really suffice for certain things. You know, you could go to a job and you might tell them, no, I've never used a computer in my life, but maybe you're a genius. And maybe you just need 1 day of training to get it all together. I'll tell you a little bit more about me. I went to medical school. Yes, I did go to medical school. But before I actually became a nurse, I was already working as a nurse. Why? Because I went, like I said, to medical school. I became a medical assistant first. So when I become a medical assistant, you grasp a lot. Then there's internships. Then you have to work in the hospital. Then you have to go through the whole nine, right? When you actually start doing all of that, what happens? It's like what I say. Listen, if you influence yourself around negative people, you're going to turn into a negative person despite how positive you've been your whole life. Everything that surrounds you is an influence. Everything that surrounds you influences you in some sort of way. It could even be a color. Listen, you might look at a color and then just start feeling, maybe you look at the color black or everything around you is black and you start feeling down. Maybe you see something yellow and you start feeling like, oh my God, everything in life influences you. So then why am I telling you this? Because once you're in the medical field, you're around nurses, you're around doctors. It comes to a point that there's nurses, I'm sure that there's nurses that can possibly stitch somebody up. Well, I've done it myself. And that's before the degree. Before the degree. But you have no idea how many times I've went into hospitals and they were like, oh no, it's that we're looking for nurses and you're looking for nurses. Okay. So I guess I'm a nurse. Oh, do you have a degree? Of course I have a degree. You want me to pull it out too? Yeah. Of course, afterwards, I really fell in love with what I was doing. And I decided to really, okay, I'm going for it. And now I'm going to become a nurse. Not only because the pay is better as well, but because I like interacting a lot more. I used to love being inside the surgery rooms with the doctors and seeing the procedures. I mean, I fainted a couple times too. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not even lying. In the hospital, seeing certain procedures happen, I was there holding, sweating, woof, faint. Yes, it happens. I never got fired for that, thank God. But it happens. But then again, what I'm trying to say is that in a sense, I had to fake that I was a nurse, but I was really in the field. I really knew about it. I mean, I was there was nobody there that would not have believed that I was a nurse with all the knowledge that I had. You see what I'm saying? Now the difference is, imagine that you're not a real nurse. And maybe you've done the front desk in a doctor's office. Front desk, for those who don't know, a front desk position in a doctor's office, we're talking about the receptionist. The receptionist has nothing to do with the doctors, with the nurses, with the MA, with the PA, with no one in the back. You're doing what you're doing in the front. You're possibly scheduling. You're possibly verifying insurances. And you're possibly doing all of that good stuff. Okay. If they say they need a nurse, if all you've done is worked in the front desk and what you know it's insurances, billing and coding, and you don't know how to, I don't know, give an injection of lidocaine to put a certain part of the body asleep or whatnot, then honey, you can't fake that till you make that because you're going to end up killing someone possibly. You don't know. You don't know. You see what I'm saying? So, when it comes to you faking something, make sure that you have some type of knowledge. Make sure that you've done your research. Make sure that you're not going in there really just faking the whole thing, because that's not it. Honey, Get it together. It ain't it. If everybody in your family thinks you're one certain way, but for example, you have a group of friends and out here you're another way, that's not the way to go. And I'm sure deep down in some sort of way, you can't be happy about not being able to be you. Only because, no, my family expect me to have an impeccable character. There's no way in hell that they can hear me curse or that they can hear me acting a fool, drinking and looking all happy and everything. Oh, no, my family can't see that. And they won't ever see it. They're always going to see that perfect person that they want. Can anybody tell me something about this? I mean, is that a thing? It's not a thing. It's truly not a thing. So the outcome of the first story that I was trying to tell you about the couple that with the jobs, she ended up taking the love that the love. She ended up taking the job that she wanted. I said love because that was the one she fell in love with. So she ended up taking the job that she so much loved. And despite the fact that this did get her into an altercation, well, or not really, but like to have a little argument or debate with her significant other, because he's here like, you're the one that's not understanding. You would have just caught on and you would have just done it and you would have just forget the fact that you're scared or anything. Don't be, oh, just because you don't know, it doesn't matter. You would have picked up. No, because maybe she wouldn't have picked up. Because let's not forget that we're faking it. So if we're faking it, I mean, it's not real. It's not the real deal. So if you already don't know how to do something, how can you fake it? That's what I want to know. If you don't know how to actually do something, how is it that you're gonna fake it? You can't fake something you don't even know how to fake. You see what I'm saying? So then she spoke to me and I told her, you know what? I actually think you're right on this one. I think you're right on this one. Sorry, a call came in. Put it down now. I think you're right on this one, honey. I think you should go with what your gut tells you. I mean, I do understand what he means, but if you would have told me, you know what, I'm going to take it, and even though I don't know this, I'm sure I can learn it, then I would have told her, you know what, then you should take it. But she was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know. And I'm scared, like, I'm scared to like mess up like bad. That's not the scare. That's not the type of scare that you should follow, because you have other opportunities there in front of you. So you have a few opportunities. And by all means, yes, I believe you should take the one that makes you feel the most comfortable. Not everything that we do for money has good results. There's a lot of people out there that are working in the complete wrong job just for the money, and people can't stand them. They won't even go to that store just because they know that person is there working with no ganas de hacer nada. Like, I'm just here for the money, but this is not a passion for me. One of the worst things in the world is for you to have to work either for someone that you don't like, or doing something that you don't have a passion for. If you ask me, that's one of the worst things that can happen to anyone. Not when you're 15, 16, 17, that you're about to get your first job and you start working at McDonald's and Publix and Dixie, Walmart, I don't know, one of these little stores, and you're like, oh, at that point you're excited. No, I'm so excited. I have a job now. I'm independent. When you actually start paying bills, now everything changes then. Now at this point, it's kind of like, hold up. I don't know. I don't know. It's hi beautiful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But yes, that's a hassle when you start doing things without really knowing or loving what it is that you're doing. So she ended up taking the job. She said, okay, I'm going to take the job that I like. She called them back. She said, I'll take it. They said, okay, well, you start on Monday. Thank you for your words today. Oh my God. No, JC. No, thank you, my love. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening and pay it forward. Guys, you guys watch this, share this with someone that you believe might need to hear these words because I don't think it's said enough. Or maybe it is, but maybe it's said by the wrong person because that's another thing. Sometimes you got a lot of good people out here giving really good advice, but then they don't kind of take it. They kind of don't know how to really take it. And then when you give advice, when you give really good advice, but your life is a misery, or you're not where you're like, you're giving me all this good advice and you seem so smart and so bright, but yet you're there, you're living with your parents, you're about 40, you ain't doing much. It's hard to take the advice from someone that is not successful. It's hard to take advice from someone that is not doing much with their life. It might be good, but it's tough. So then, for certain things, yeah, it's better to fake it till you make it. But let's be very careful on how we're understanding what to fake. That's what I want to tell you guys. I want you guys to get that because for me, it's not happiness. I feel so sad for this person that is like, no, I gotta be like this all the time. I gotta look like this all the time. No, my family has never heard me curse. And then I'm kind of like, you know, this is a little sad or it's a little depressing for me because that tells me that we're not your family, right? And they don't know how much fun you are. They don't know that you're a blast because you got an image to keep and you gotta no. You got an image to maintain and to keep, yes, for yourself. You have a reputation to maintain, but for yourself. You're not doing this for anybody else. The moment you become an adult, you are responsible for you. Despite if your mom and dad are alive, grandparents, I don't give a damn. I don't care if now they're living with you because that's a thing. We grow up, and after we grow up, okay, maybe some of our parents have their home, but some of our parents end up living with us in the long run. It happens. But it's you who has to focus on you giving the best of you with knowledge, knowing what it is that you're faking so that then you can make it. Because if you don't know what the hell it is you're faking and you're just being fake, then you're going to stay being fake your whole life. You're going to have fake contracts. You're going to have fake success. You're going to have fake friends. You're going to have fake everything, fake a lot of something. You are. It's just the way it is. And at some point, if you have people watching this from the outside, and I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about a whole series of things because faking it till you make it could be in many different ways. I'm using different scenarios. You faking that you are this type of person with your own family just so that they can accept what they want. Because it's actually, they want you to be like that. It's not that you want to be like that because obviously you're not like that. But in front of them, this is how we're acting. Oh no, I can't post this because if my family sees it, I can't do this. Is this life? What type of life is this where I can't do what I want to do because my family might judge me? This is my confusion. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why I feel that these things need to be spoken of. These things need to be brought out to the table. The faking has a limit. It has a limit. There's no way in hell you can live. I mean, actually, there is a way, and yes, it is in hell, that you can actually live faking your whole life. But that's why I said it is in hell. Because technically speaking, if you ask me, that's what you're living. You're creating this whole hell for yourself the moment you are faking to that extreme. So, to my girl that she actually ended up doing what she wanted to do and she took the job she wanted. I think it was midweek So she was about to start on that Monday. But it just so happens that, like, I think it could have been like on a Wednesday she went. So Thursday or Friday, she gets another call for another interview. She already accepted the position. Okay. The one with the less pay, that she felt the vibe, the energy, she accepted it. Her hubby was mad at that point, little, not mad, but a little upset, like, why are you thinking like this, whatever. But it just so happens that the very next day, she gets a call, offer an interview, and she goes. Now, this interview that she went to was the closest to her home. And they weren't paying as much as the job that she denied. They were paying $1 less, which means, so for example, if they were going to pay $31 the hour at the first job that she went to, which she turned down, okay, for a $29 an hour job. She turned the 31 down for 29. 29 was a little further as well. Not as far, but it was a little further. 31 was closer, but she did what she wanted to do. She said, I'm still going to fake it till I make it, because it's not that this other job that I felt comfortable in, it's not that I know everything they're asking for exactly, but I know I'm going to get it. I know I am, and I felt more comfortable and everything else. She did know more on that position. So then what ends up happening the next day is that they call her and they tell her, look, we're offering you this. Now, it was the closest one to her job, and it was for $30 the hour. So it wasn't 31, but it wasn't 29. It was right in the middle. The reason why I'm sharing this part is because the universe responds to you and to your actions. The universe responds to what you want in life. I don't know how it happens, but I know that I decided to tell myself one day, I'm never going to be with less than $100 in my pocket again. And I remember telling myself this. I could have been about, I was probably like 30. I was in my early 30s, like 34, 35, maybe around there. And I remember saying, I'm done. I'm done with this. Like, I'm so done with this right now. And then I was like, I will never not have $100 in my pocket again. I can attest and tell you that I've never been short $100 in my pocket again. Never. Since that time till today, I've never been missing $100. And in my worst moments, when I thought, oh my God, I have to use the last little chump change that I have because I had an emergency, shit happens, whatever it was. The moment that happened, immediately something else came through. Call, hey, you have a casting, you have this, you have that, come so you can film here and there and there. And then I'm here like I said, I'm never going to be with less than $100 in my pocket again. It's not going to happen. That was then. Now I tell myself, I'm never going to be with less than $1,000 in my pocket. This is me now. Now, the new me, manifestation works. This is how it works. So that I'm never going to be with less than $1,000 in my pocket. It's just not going to happen. So guess what? It hasn't happened since. This is all part of the process, guys. It's part of the process. This is the reason why I tell you guys have to be as real as you can with yourself. But when I tell you real, I mean, you got to believe it. It's not tell yourself, like, I feel like a lot of people in my family kind of don't really get it yet, because I tell them manifest, and then they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to be rich soon. I'm going to win the lottery. And then I'm here I'm like this. You're not even believing it yourself. You're not believing it. You're just not even believing it yourself. It's not about telling yourself, oh, I'm going to do this. No. You can't say it unless you believe it. If you just say it to say it, but you don't believe it, ain't nothing gonna happen. No, honey, that's not how it works. You really gotta believe it. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. I say this all the time. Like every time I'm on live somewhere, I always really say, I love Tyler Perry. I love him, but I don't just love him because of Medea. Hello? Do you guys know his story? Do you guys know what happened, how he came about? And now he's like, and like him, we have many others. Many others. Look at the story of Viola Davis. Have you guys, are we focused here? Are we concentrating on what's really happening? But why do these people, why have they made it so far? Why are they so big in this? It's all part of this process. It's because we all start understanding our task in life. And that's what we have to do. Understand what is our purpose? Why are we here? And why is it that sometimes we do have to fake certain things? Hey, life wouldn't be life if bad shit wouldn't happen. There's gonna be bad people. There's gonna be villains. There's gonna be, but at the end of the day, you still have to do what you have to do for you. I decided I protect my peace. I could fake till I make whatever it is that I want, but as long as I know more or less the reasons on why I'm faking it. If I'm doing it to give you pleasure, then it's kind of like, why am I faking it? I mean, shit, I'm going to fake something, but I'm going to fake it because it's for me. It's like some of us being bad. Don't tell me. At some point, a lot of us women, men can't really do that like that, but a lot of us women have faked orgasms with our significant others a whole bunch of time. We're not really doing it for them. Like we'd be like, yeah. We think that we are doing it for them. Oh, I made him think that. The reason why you had to fake it and you didn't, whatever, is because you didn't have the balls to actually tell him, you're not turning me on. You're not doing it for me. It's not working. So you did it for you. You're faking it because you're too embarrassed to tell him, you whack. Really, that's how it is. Like, it's really what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So then these are the reason why a lot of people tend to like not say certain things or whatever because it's still you. So then now, okay, you fake that. That's fine. I'm not talking about that type of faking though, because still, well, in a way, you're still doing it for you. But what I'm trying to say here is that we have to find ourselves and we have to know the reasons why we do certain things to certain people, because it's not always it. And hey, if respecting your inner peace and who you are and who your character is, if respecting that makes you a villain, well, hey, let them call you Thanos. Be the motherfucking villain. I don't care. But guess what? This is who I am. And I love me. If you gotta fake who you are to please somebody else, you are not comfortable with yourself. If you have to fake, I'm gonna take this job because it's more money, whatever, you're not gonna be comfortable in that job because you're faking it for all the wrong reasons. This is what I'm telling you. Let's make sure that we know the reasons why we're faking certain things. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people have it all wrong. There's a lot of people doing things out here for all the wrong reasons. And it shouldn't be. Because in reality, you are so big and you have so much to give. We all have something very valuable and very important in us. We all do. Some of us find it a little late. Some of us find it early. Some of us find our passions immediately. Some of us go through many. You know how many people go to college and change their majors 50,000 times? Because they're at a loss. They don't know. They're like, what do I want to do? I want to do so much that I don't know. So maybe you're not supposed to just be doing one thing. Maybe you're supposed to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you're supposed to be la mujer o el hombre orquesta. Maybe you're supposed to be like an orchestra and be a little bit of everything. Maybe you have every instrument inside of you, which is the reason why you can do so many things. But don't stop yourself to prove yourself to someone. Don't stop yourself because, oh, I'm in the need of this. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have the need to do that. Like I said, I've done it before. I've faked many things till I've made it. But like I said, a perfect example, another perfect example. My life changed. And I believe it was about a year after I started my channel. So I opened up my YouTube channel in 2019. It was a year and a half after that that I saw a woman do a bullying video, like which is what I did. But I actually saw this on TikTok. I saw a woman and she got a paper, but there was a voice. It was like a voiceover. There was no children in the video whatsoever. She just came out by herself with a paper, say mean things to the paper, yada yada, and then you see why you don't bully, right? So I didn't copy the lady. I didn't use the voice note. I didn't copy her. She gave me an idea, and I said, "Wow, I love the message." But now I want to do it with my girls because my girls are little, because they're in elementary school, because they're already learning, because the bullying is a thing. I was a victim of bullying. So I love teaching about this. And I went ahead and I said, okay, let's do this. You see, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I feel like this is, in a way, also a way of faking it till you make it. I was not the authentic person that came up with that idea. I was not. I remember I went on the news because iconic people such as Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother, Viola Davis, D.L. Hughley, they shared this bullying video that I did, and it went on the news. I had a segment for like about 2 weeks or so to talk about bullying and the awareness and everything. My life changed. To make a long story short, which is kind of too late for that, but my life changed completely. Well, now a lot of more people started listening to my voice because we all have a voice. We all have a story to tell. I had been doing it for about a year, but who am I? Who knows me? Nobody. But what did I do? I'm looking at social media and I grasped an idea from somebody else and I did it and I said, let's see if this actually does something. If I do this with my girls, will people pay attention to me then and see what I'm trying to give them, what I'm trying to provide? And it worked. So this is why I'm putting it in the table, because for me, this is a way of faking it till you make it. This is a way. It was not my original idea. I didn't come up with it. And every time I went on the news, every time I was interviewed by someone, how did you come up with this? There goes the question. Now, I could have been really fake and said, oh, I came up with this because I've been a victim of bullying. And then, I decided, no. Every which where that I came out, that they interviewed me, I said, I did not come up with this idea. I did not. I saw it on TikTok. I actually saw it, but I just reenacted it or recreated it because what I saw was nothing near. It was a lady by herself using a voiceover. Cool. But I didn't want to do the voiceover, even though I liked what she was doing. I said, let me teach my girls something. This is a teachable moment, and I can do something with this. And from that moment on, my life changed. Now my voice is heard. Now people come and talk to me, and I'm like, thank you, God. I'm like, thank you. But honey, what I'm trying to tell you is that at the end, you still have to have some type of creativity of your own. You still have to have some type of idea of your own. You have to have some of you, your own taste. Faking it till you make it doesn't mean being fake or being a fake person to people, even if it's your family members. I don't care if you're just doing it to family members and you don't do it to the rest of the world, then you're still not being honest with yourself. You're still not going to be at ease with yourself, because in reality, it's like after a while, you get used to acting. Why is it that we've had a lot of actors that have done movies, and after the certain role they played, they have passed away? Kind of very similar to how the role they played, died or whatnot. It's happened many times. But you know why? Because some of these movies or series, they take a really long time, and you have to get into character. But when you get into a character for such a long time, you have to learn how to get out of it. And I'm learning this now in acting class. It's very, very important that you learn how to get out of character. Because if you don't learn how to get out of what you're impersonating, at some point, it's going to creep up on you and you're going to start thinking you are that person. And life is not going to be any better for you. It's not going to be any easier for you. You're going to start not understanding what's going on. So the reason why I'm using what I'm being taught in my acting class for this now, it's because for me, it fits in. This is like life. Every day we have to act. Some people say, no, I'm not an actress. I'm not an actor. I can act. We act every single day of our lives. From the moment that you stood up and you walked out of your door and you saw the first human being out there and they said good morning and you said good morning, that's an act. You weren't planning on doing it, but they did it, and you know right from wrong. You know the best thing to do is respond. Maybe you're a person that's antisocial and don't like talking, but guess what? You have to do it. If someone looked at you and they went, don't get me wrong, I've done it. I've smiled at a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that look at you like, and I'm like, oof, you got deep issues. No, that's what I see. But if you go to someone and you smile and they turn around, they go, now you're acting. Life is an act. It's very similar to what we see in the movies. But I need you to remember that there's a time and a place for everything. So it's very important to know when it is that you're acting and when to get out of that. It's not 24/7 that you should be acting for the people that brought you into this world. It's not right to act just to get a job when you know that you're not going to feel good in it. It's not good to act like someone just because they made it, because you're not going to make it, because you're not that person. You are you. So like I said, respect your peace, respect your space, respect who you are, and keep the fakeness till a certain level, minimal. Minimal. Because, honey, trust me, if you don't, at the end of the day, the outcome is not the best. It is what it is, but that's a fact. That's real life. That's reality. Respect your peace, and like I said, I'm going to leave you with this one more time. If respecting your peace makes you a villain, then you know what you got to do, right? Just let them call you Thanos. Why not? Why not? Or call me Cruella. Or Ursula. How about Ursula? Come here, let me take your voice. There's a lot of people out here trying to take your voice, trying to take your peace, trying to take your mindset. Don't let that happen, would ya? You got so much to give. Stop fronting. Make the right decisions, or at least try. Because some of us, sometimes we don't know what is the right decision. And it's okay not to know. Make whatever decision you make, and life will tell you if it was the right one or a wrong one. Take it, learn from it, and keep pushing forward. Did you get that? I hope so. My peoples, I gotta go. It's hump day. My kid's about to get out of school. About 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, I'm going to get a call. So I got to go get my children. But it's always a pleasure. Tune back in with me on Friday. I'm going to try to do something special on Friday. Try to do a little something more funner since it is Friday. But I can't say nothing yet because it might not work out. But I'm still going to be here on Friday. So, you see, there goes the children. There goes the children. I'm going, Papi. I'm going. Bye. I gotta go, peoples. My children are waiting for me. The school let them out early because they were supposed to get out at 1:50. It's 1:47. No weird, but guys, thank you so much. I love y'all. Friday, 12:30. Tune in. Let's do this. I want you guys tuning in so that I can talk instead of talking so much by myself. I can have more of y'all asking questions and us getting together, getting to know each other more, elaborating, debating, paying it forward. That's what life is about. That's what the world should be about. Giving a helping hand, staying in union, and loving each other. Self-love is a thing, the biggest thing, actually. All right? Did you get that? Gotta go. Peace and love. I'm out!